Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives. I've got more budget knives. Now this model is the Ganzo 704. I gotta say they've done the orange very well. It does pop out at you, which is what blaze or safety orange is supposed to do. The red is very well done in that it's not pink. Sometimes knife companies, they'll say it's red, is pinkish. No, olive drab, very nice. The blue. Okay, pro tip for knife companies: if you're gonna make a blue knife, make it police blue, law enforcement blue. Do not make it like crayon sky blue. Okay, I don't know who would get the sky blue knife, but I love all the other colors. Now the blade length on these by my measurement is 3.3 inches. It's a spear point. The bevel is fairly high, which is a good thing because it gives you more grind area. And there's a swedge right there. There's also a thumb ramp. It's a thumb ramp with jimping there. Now this is 440C. That's your blade steel. And the lock, it's basically an axis lock. So how is the sharpness on these out of the box? Let us see. Alright, well the sharpness on mine is pretty good. A beautiful sight. Now the pricing on these, I checked the Amazon, the US Amazon prices. The lowest price I found was around $20. I checked gearbest.com and the lowest price I found there was around $15. So I will include those links. And sometimes GearBest gives discount codes, so if they can give me one, I will include that. Alright, so $15. Is that a good deal for what you're getting? I gotta say yes, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't have a super steel, but $15 for this item, yeah, it is a very good deal. Now, Ganzo does manufacturing for US companies and other companies, and when you see made in China on a company's, like a US company's knife, often Ganzo or company like it is the one actually making the knife. Right, and these companies have agreements with the US companies to not sell, their own version of the knife in the US. Ganzo doesn't sell these in the US, as far as I know. But there are websites that purchase them from Ganzo, and, those websites are not part of the agreement. So once a third party purchases it, they can sell it anywhere. And some people really don't like that. You know what? I respect the opinion of every single viewer out there, whether we agree or not. If you approach with respect, I will treat you with respect. So I'm perfectly fine with you having that opinion. Now, as I understand it, this model is based on an old H&K folding knife, Heckler & Koch. Now, H&K, that brand name is used by Benchmade, with permission. Benchmade distributes the knives under the H&K name. Right, so this is almost identical to a discontinued H&K knife. I don't have the original H&K knife, but I do have this H&K knife. It's an Axis Tanto, actually designed by Mike Snowdy. Pretty cool. They don't make this one anymore, right? But, it's a close relative of the HK that this is based on. The blades obviously are different, but if you look at the handles, the same handles, different blades. And here's a size comparison for you, the Ganzo 704s. Next to that is a Spyderco Tenacious. All right, so you see the blade length. It's about the same blade length as a Spyderco Tenacious, and the handle is a little bit longer. As for the ergonomics, they're pretty nice. It has a smooth opening, even though the thumb studs are quite close to the frame, which is usually a bad thing. but the opening is so smooth that it actually gives you no trouble at all. The axis lock, kind of controversial. Some people don't like, the omega springs, which can sometimes break. Other people swear by it. It's alright. I mean, it has its pluses and minuses. The main benefit of that lock is that it's extremely light. Like if you took out all the components, it's just a few very small components, so it's extremely light and doesn't add too much bulk to the blade. It's also completely ambidextrous. It has some texture on these handle scales, which is fairly grippy. Right, and then it has finger groove there. So the handle shape, it's basically subtle but effective in giving you fairly good grip. And the thumb ramp here. So overall, the ergos are pretty good. So what would I recommend this blade for? Well, it's a classic EDC knife. It's not too short but not too long, not too heavy but not too light. It's kind of a joy to open smoothly, good ergos. Yeah, I mean, it's a typical everyday carry knife for just mundane cutting tasks. So overall, I do recommend the blade. I mean, it's a nice design, and I mean, for around $15, pretty amazing. I've exiled the blue knife. The blue knife cannot be in the final picture. No, I can't. Alright. Okay, fine. There's the blue knife. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the latest in this budget series. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.